Oh, oh, oh. Hello. All right, so tonight I'm practicing the Sarabande by Handel. So this is an arrangement. I want to say I started back in like 2020, 2021, something like that. I reached a point where I just kind of lost interest, and so then I didn't do anything with it for a while until about 2 weeks ago. About 2 weeks ago, I came across it, just looking through some old files, and I found it, and I was like, oh, I do like that song. So I went ahead and finished the arrangement, and I've been practicing it for about a week now, and it's still not quite ready for me to just do a complete recording of it. But it's a really cool piece. It's just has a repeated chord progression. Starts off D minor, A major, F, C, I guess that'd be G minor, D minor, and that's another G minor chord, and then A. And then he has a set of variations. So it's drop D. I think maybe what I should do is just play through the whole thing, just kind of a one shot, see what happens, and then I'll talk about some of the problem areas that I'm working on. So I'm going to imagine myself like performing on a big stage with like 20,000 people in front of me as I play this. We'll see how it goes. So that's the theme. Here's the first variation. So that's the first variation of it, and then we have the second variation. Okay, so I made through it. You can tell that last one is probably the hardest one for me. One of the things I found that's difficult about this piece is you've got the ending of the theme, ending of the first variation, ending of the second variation. They're all kind of the same, but just different enough to like you really have to think about it. So, for example, the end of the theme ends like this. The opening. Try that again. And then end of the first variation goes. And then the end of the second variation ends like this. I don't know what would be a good place to start. So, but as far as practicing, and I'm not the most efficient practicer because for me, I just like playing. And so I'll play through the pieces. But if there is a section that I'm having a hard time with, then I'll practice it very slowly and just kind of repeat that section. So if I just looking at this, the last variation, it's this part where the melody goes in the bass. So that's kind of a difficult one. And then one of the things I'm trying against is getting the melody to go. I don't want it so staccato. I want it kind of connected, but it's very difficult for me to do. But part of it is the arrangement that I made. So for example, this section, that first finger is playing these 3 notes. And then the pinky plays those 2 notes. Which is kind of difficult to do. And then here's another little section. So that's hard for me to do. So what I do is I just go back and forth slowly. I'll make some mental notes. Like, for example, when I do that stretch, where was that? Here we go. I drop my left shoulder, and it's just easier to get that. And then there's a couple of sections here. Try that again. Getting to this chord like that is tough. So I'll just practice getting into that chord. If you can find any finger that can be like a guide finger, that will help. So if I go, so for here, I just take my first finger, move it to the 3rd fret, and then you're set. And then here, but generally when I record, I'll just run through it twice. Well, actually what I'll do is I'll run through it once, record myself, just the audio part of it, and then I'll listen back, and then I'll pick those spots that I just want to practice, and I might spend 10 minutes practicing it, and I'll do 2 quick takes and I'll record myself, and then I just take the best of the 2 and call it good. Now sometimes it just doesn't work out, and so then what I'll do is I'll just record it the next day or 2 days from now or whatever. So I did that with this piece earlier today, and you can tell in that performance I did here I'm not ready. But I ran through it a couple times, didn't really get a good take. So I'm hoping, like I'm recording this right now on Sunday night, August 17th. So I think I'll post on YouTube tomorrow, which is the 18th. I'm hoping to get a good recording of it in a couple weeks. And by a couple weeks, I mean actually a couple days. So I'm hoping to get a recording by Wednesday. We'll see. So, and the score is still kind of all messy because I've changed fingerings and added notes. And so once I get a recording I like, then I'll clean up that score and then it'll be available. So, that's all I got.